Okay, so we have a guessing game here that works fine. And if we uh, go to line 203, puts us right at the end. There's basically just a little over 200 lines of code in this. So the question is, can we condense it without losing any of the effectiveness? Um, so one thing we can do is here we have some comments that go in both directions. Like you're getting closer, you're way too low, very, very low. These are a little tricky because of the low and high are different messages. So if we wanted to uh, combine them, you're getting closer, but still a little off, then you could combine these. But let's leave those alone. The thing I really want to focus on here is this set of instructions for what happens if it's the first guess, and then the second guess, and the third guess, fourth, and fifth. These are essentially the same. Uh, the only thing really different is the guess count here is 4, and then we have some here when we're writing to the file also. So let's try. Let's see if we can condense this into a closer code. Um, since the guess count just goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one thing we could consider is doing a for loop. So let's do it right here. For I in range, let's do 5. And then we'll take this entire thing right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's live wild here. Let's go ahead and just delete these and see if we can figure everything out. So what we would need to do is tuck this all inside the loop, because now we're all inside the loop. So we'd go edit or format indent region. So now we're inside that for loop here. We can even close that up a little bit. And instead of guess count equal 1, we'll say guess count equals I plus 1. Why plus 1? Well, I is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the original guess count was equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So since it's 1 off, we're just adding 1 to that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way, the first time through the loop, guess count will equal 1. The second time through, it'll equal 2, and so on. Let's see, where else do we need? Well, when we're writing to the files, instead of putting this 1, we're going to have to do I, and here it would also be I plus 1. So we'd put this I plus 1. But we can't have an integer concatenated with a string, so we also need to change this to a string. And we'll put the dot here because this will just produce the number itself, the string version of it. And then it'll be concatenated with that dot. So this would be like 1 dot space, 2 dot space, and so on, just like the original code was giving us. After that, I'm not sure that I see any other issues there. I think with ifs and elifs, it's helpful to bring them together, just so you remember that they're part of the same suite here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that also. A lot of elifs here. That'll compact that code right there. Okay, let's go ahead and run this and see if it still works. So it says the opening line, what's your name? Choose a number. Wow, look at that. That didn't even cheat. And I won the score in 1. So Daniel won with 1 guess. And that has that 1 dot Daniel. So we'll play again. What's your name? Let's do Fred. Fred chooses a 3. We're a little bit high. So I know I need to go down. I'm going to actually go up just to make sure that we have the right messages. And we are getting, I believe, the right messages. and then we'll guess 2, and finally the answer of 1. So here we have 1 Fred, sorry, 1 Daniel, 4 Fred, and let's get one in between just to make sure that's working too. So this will be John, and the problem is I didn't cheat, so I'm not going to be able to guess it unless, so we get this message, you're getting closer if you're within 5, but you're not within 3. So it's 5, it's not 5, 6, or 7, so it could be either 3 or 4. And, oh, yeah, okay, I forgot the, so here we do not want to play again, I guess. So I think that's working all right. My guessing skills there interpreting this were a little bit off, but the code itself, just by putting this in a for loop, we can avoid right there. We can avoid putting this code 5 different times. And let's see how many lines we have now, just out of curiosity. Can't see exactly where that is, but it looks like about 100 lines of code. So we changed it from about 200 lines to about 100 lines of code. Maybe even a little bit less. Maybe the 100 was beyond the end there.